as this is truly the greatest prosecution, the one opportunity to correct a historic injustice, then no resource should be spared, no angle overlooked, and no effort wasted in ensuring the case is airtight, rock solid, slam dunk. The acquittal just cannot happen. I mean, the acquittal would be a nightmare. Certainly, the appeals process will correct that, but any kind of acquittal is certainly an affront to justice. So this is not merely about punishing an individual. It is about setting a precedent, exposing the corrupt systems that have enabled this deception, and securing justice for the countless lives lost. It is the moral trial of our time, one that will determine whether truth, ethics, and life itself can prevail over profit, deception, and death. All available resources must be marshaled. The most brilliant legal minds must be assembled to craft a prosecution that cannot be undermined. The brilliant legal minds not just for the prosecution but also for the defense. The defense, the best available resources will be allocated to the defense. I mean, there's no chance that why are you giving the defense the best legal minds? That is very, very important. That is even not more important, but it is as important as the prosecution. Of course, if you know anything about the law, you know that if you have inadequate counsel, right? Inadequate counsel. If the defendant has inadequate counsel, there could be an overturned conviction and all this stuff upon appeals. Certainly, I expect this kind of case to be, appealed to the highest domestic court, if this kind of legal action does actually take place. But there's a significant amount of planning that needs to be mustered up, if you will, and the most brilliant legal minds must be assembled worldwide. I mean, this is the number one case. I mean, I cannot think of a case that is more important and valuable than this one. So expert witnesses from embryology, bioethics, medical law, and even former industry insiders must be, subpoenaed and take the stand to expose the lies. Right? There must be a subpoena process. The witnesses must have they must attend, Zoom or FaceTime meetings should be fine. I'm not sure about that, but subpoenas must be respected and all this stuff. So financial auditors, forensic auditors. Audits must uncover any corrupt payment that contributed to the deception. Again, well, that's in this discovery phase. Where you're going to have the discovery phase. Now, the discovery phase of the trial is the place where you get all the information uncovered, so you can I mean, it will not benefit anybody. Just all the information will be out, so we can make better decisions and all the stuff. What we will do, any kind of motions or anything like that, and then of course the evidence that will be put admissible to the trial and all that stuff. Um, Now, the victim testimonies from women who were misled, and from those who regret their choices, and from those who lost children unknowingly, must be made impossible to ignore. Civil actions must be launched to apply relentless pressure, ensuring that no avenue for accountability is left unexplored. Public awareness campaigns must keep the trial in the public eye, preventing it from being buried by the powerful forces that would rather see it forgotten. Now, we do have the mainstream media, which is ran by the same family and all this stuff. If you know anything about the media and who owns it, all those guys here, and there's not any type of racism against that one group of that one ethnic. We love every but we do accept the reality that these group of people own the media and all this stuff, and it's just very, very difficult to do that. But there are some independent avenues on the internet for this type of media here. And it's very, very important to keep the trial in the public eye. Now, there must be zero tolerance for legal loopholes, procedural delays or strategic defenses meant to evade justice. Every move the defense makes must be anticipated and countered in advance. Every potential weakness in the case must be fortified before it can be exploited. So this is not just a trial, this is a reckoning. Right? It is history in the making. This is the moment where society chooses whether to confront the truth or to continue in the cycle of deception. Well, I would object to this cycle, right? Because the cycle it keeps on going forever. Cycle, but the idea that this keeps on going forever is just not true because this abortion, nonsense, the birth control and all this stuff will end. It will end, and that's a very, very beautiful truth. So, no, the verdict must not be in doubt. Acquittal is not an option. In the event of an acquittal, I mean, the appeals would certainly, correct that error, right? Certainly, there's an error there. But a trial, right? The acquittal is just not an option. Right? You cannot have any kind of doubt, especially on the monstrosity that has happened here, right? So, let's remember what is actually happening here. She's basically lying to these underage girls that have a perfectly healthy fertility, or the reproductive system is functioning perfectly. There are no diseases. There are no diagnosis. There's not any kind of need for a prescription, but she prescribes them these pills that will not suppress the ovulation. They will just kind of kill the baby at the later stage of implantation. The very, very healthy baby boy or baby girl, this is a viable pregnancy, and the baby will die, right? So this is the greatest loss of potential, and this asset, if we can even dumb it down enough to call a baby an asset. The baby is the greatest, most important. The baby is the most important, valuable asset in the history, ever, right? There are no, the baby is a baby boy or baby girl. There's nothing more valuable than a baby boy or baby girl. That's what I should say. And there's no greater crime than killing this baby boy or baby girl, which is exactly what Dr. Michel Dow is doing. They take the greatest gift that has been bestowed upon our society and they destroy it. This is just, I mean, I'm trying not to become I'm trying not to let the emotions get the best of me, but I mean I'm just a little bit enraged at how she's so got so wealthy out of it, and she's killing our next generation, right? The culture, and she's done so much damage, so much damage. I mean, she belongs again. You cannot have her anywhere else other than the federal penitentiary for a period of life, without the possibility of parole for 25 years, right? These sentences should be running concurrently, right? And one baby, we're not. That's the thing too. We're not going to talk about sentencing. The only thing we need upon a conviction, I mean, it's the life sentence. There are no other option in Canada's law that a first degree murderer can be given. It's a life sentence. There's no, you cannot give a 10-year parole ineligibility. You cannot give a 50-year parole ineligibility according to the law as it stands in 2025. It must be 25, to be served concurrently. But that's a story for another day. I mean, she's this is the greatest prosecution of all time, right? We must, we must understand the value of the human life and the absolute the absolute folly of destroying life. I mean, there's no greater folly. There really is no greater folly than that is what of Dr. Michel de not is doing, but has done. And she's it's what Monday afternoon here in Matega, Nova Scotia. She's probably writing a prescription as we speak to some young woman, underage woman that doesn't even know that if she takes the pill, the baby will survive for a week or so in her womb and die. Right, the death of this baby will occur unjustly because of Dr. Michel Dow, which is just such. This story, it's taken a toll on me, man. It's But I got to be strong, man. I mean, I do have to be strong because this story needs to be told, and we do have to talk about this because I mean, this is really something's gonna, it has to stop. This has to stop. It's a terrible thing, man.